It's late spring. A beehive is becoming overcrowded. And it's time for the old queen to get out and find a new place to stay. 2/3 of honeybees leave the old queen while the rest of the workers stay in the original nest with the new queen. The immigrating honeybees momentarily congregate in a site near the old nest. These honeybees then start a rather complex political and voting system that may surprise us humans. It's worth pointing out that despite being called queen, the queen bee is not the leader of the colony. She does not call the shots, especially when determining when to leave and find a new home. Those are decided by the workers, all non-reproductive females. The queen is just there mostly to lay eggs and excrete pheromones to alert the workers on how she's feeling. If the bees don't like a queen, they'll swarm and try to eliminate her. This is quite ironic as the term hive mind originated from these insects. We now know the opposite is true. After momentarily settling in, our honeybees deploy their scouts to find a new permanent place to stay. Afterwards, they come back to the group, forming a sort of senate and announce their findings, and they do this by dancing. If the group agrees with a certain potential nest, they would dance the same as the prospector bee. If they don't reach a consensus, a dance-off happens. The method these bees use in communicating locations is called waggle dance. Professor Karl von Frisch from the University of Munich discovered the pattern of communication from the bee scouts in order to tell their fellow bees the location for a prospect nest or food. The dance gives up a coordinate to a place. The first part is the waggle run, where a bee waggles back over and over in a straight line. The length of the waggle run tells the distance of a place or resource discovered, with 1 second equals to a kilometer. The next part is angle. From a straight vertical line, the angle to which they are running tells the others of their prospect food or place relative to where the sun is. So, if 90 degrees is the angle the scout bee dances, then it's 90 degrees from the sun is where the prospect food or place is located. Then the other scouts look at their options and decide what to choose. The bee scout, Bee Casa, communicates to the others a potential nest around 700 meters north. If one or more likes the option, they would join Bee Casa in the same dance until a large majority vote is reached. But it's not often the case. These scouts forming a senate would have vigorous debates. If a bee really is passionate for a certain option, she will spend a couple of minutes doing a waggle dance, like a sort of long bee filibuster, and these will take days until a consensus is reached. Our courageous scouts found plentiful of options for them to debate and to vote with. 3 scouts returned with potential nest locations. On day 1, Historia finds a tree cavity 500 meters west, Bee Casa with an abandoned chimney 1,200 meters south, and Honeybee, a sturdy branch 450 meters southeast. Day 2, and 4 danced in support of Historia's tree cavity, 3 for Honeybee, and only 1 danced for support to Bee Casa's abandoned chimney. On day 3, from the 3 nest options, an additional 4 options came from scouts Arbin, Lehive, Combney, and Biren. Day 4 came, and it was raining. No new options were presented. By day 5, Biren and Combney's options disappeared from the options, as scouts saw it as not safe during rainy days. Others decided to support other options. By the 6th day, Historia's tree cavity was consistent in the bees' options during the search. The option garnered a large amount of bee support, with 2 holding on to their options, and by the end of the day, almost everyone votes for the tree cavity. Within the 7th day, the swarm of honeybees take flight to the voted tree. Our fearless honeybees finally settle in their new nest. They begin a new cycle for them to live out. to protect. See more info on this topic in the description below. If you like a World War II non-animation documentary, check out this video. Also, please consider subscribing for more contents like this.